us, 2K sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. A starting five for both teams brought to you by State Farm. First for the Celtics. And for the Raptors.
You know, the area where the Celtics started to struggle last year was winning games on the road. That's something they had done pretty well in previous seasons, but they were very inconsistent away from Boston last year.
And for the Celtics, a lot of those close ones they were used to being able to pull out on the road seemed to go, Clark, I think, the other way last season.
They sure did, and all those losses added up as they ended with a road record of 15-18, Kevin. Those 15 wins, the lowest of any playoff team in the East except for the Knicks.
And here we go. Number 20, and the shot is good.
Yeah, when you play against him, Kevin, the first thing you want to address is making it harder on him to go to work down low. If you let him get position inside, it's going to be a long night for you.
And let me take this time to also mention his scoring ability in the post. I mean, his technique on the low block is picture perfect. The footwork is exquisite. Everything else about it is impeccable, too.
You know, one of the things you have to do when you're trying to turn a franchise around, like the Raptors, you have to control your home floor. And the team made some improvements a year ago, especially defensively under Dwayne Casey, but they still have not been able to be consistent winners in Toronto, and that's the next step for them.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the first one at the line is good. Steve just brought up the Raptors here at home, and, you know, Steve, they were 13-20 for him last season, so not exactly defending the Air Canada Center by any means. And Clark, as you make a move as a franchise, that becomes like the first thing that you got to show, that you can protect home court.
Well said, Kevin. You can't expect to be a playoff team if you're not north of 500 on your home floor. So the Raptors have brought in some talent and should and could do a better job of it this year.
Toronto with the ball. Number 14. Clock at 4. Here's Hurley. The shot, no good. And the Celtics going the other way now. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
But Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. He told me it's definitely a challenge trying to score against one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. He said, we know nothing's going to come easy out there, but we also have confidence we can still find a way to get it done. We just have to trust our sets, trust each other, and come out swinging, and we'll be all right. Kevin, we'll see how it plays.
Thank you, Doris, and quite a focus for the game here early on, and an important one too, guys.
Yeah, and they know how tough a task it's going to be to take on this defense. They've got to focus on that aspect right away.
Well, that's the priority in the scouting report. You face a team this good defensively, you're thinking about how we need to attack it. And then it's a matter of executing once you get out there.
Simmons. Good on the leaner. Simmons got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, that's exactly how they wanted to run that possession, guys. Beautiful.
They get it back. Number 16. That's good.
Real persistence on his part. Stayed with the play and cashed in with the second chance points.
He kicks it to Simmons. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And that one's good. The Raptors have gone 2 of 6 from the field. To the inside. Here's Hurley. And it's good. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Wallace kicks to Simmons. Backs him down. Number 12. And again, Boston with the triple. Raptors trail by 3.
Defensive foul. Wallace. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Six on the shot clock. Number 14. Number 20. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
That free throw, no good.
It's been 4 years now and counting for the Raptors since they made the playoffs. Overall, the franchise found their way into the playoffs early, but it's been hard getting back there recently.
And he's good on the second. And with so many stars coming and going, Bosh and Tracy McGrady, it seems each time, Steve, that Toronto gets a team that can make the playoffs, they lose their centerpiece.
Yeah, that's going to be important in the future. Can they hang on to their players? It's one of the reasons I think they've gone with a more European feel to their club. It's an international city, Toronto is. And I think the franchise feels like if they draft European players, they're more likely to be able to hang on to them than they would be the American stars. And Boston has really kind of set the bar in the Eastern Conference over the last 5 or 6 years. Not quite as effective last year, but they did fare pretty well against their Eastern Conference opponents.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here. That free throw missing. And Boston against the East, it was a big part of why they were able to stay in the hunt. 32-16 on the season interconference.
Like every other playoff team in the East, they were able to have a winning record against every Eastern division, but they really took it to the Southeast, which is surprising as that was the toughest division.
I'll tell you, it had been some time coming, but really last year the dominant core that the Celtics had been built around started to show their age at times.
There's the triple. Number 12. Top of the key jumper, no good.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
And the Celtics, Steve, as you mentioned, they seem to realize that the window was closing as the team got older. And Clark, there is some age on there, and hopefully they can navigate that and play a few more years together.
Yeah, well, at the trade deadline, they explored a lot of options to maybe try to get younger to bring some youth in, but they decided to stick with it. Had a strong playoffs, and now a new-look roster, some new pieces, but still equipped to compete.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And here are the Raptors now. They trail by 3. Number 14. And the shot is good.
Just like they drew it up, fellas.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Number 8. From 13 feet, it goes down. And the Raptors shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Shoots from the elbow. Shot is no good. Celtics leading by 3. Unloads from 13. Count the bucket. He's got 5. Here's Toronto now. Number 16. The rebound by the Celtics.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
He dishes it to Wallace. Shoots a 3. No good. Fast break. Here we go. Pushing it up. And he finishes the break with a lay-in. The Celtics have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. To the paint, number 15. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Number 14. That's good. So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
Well, it was a struggle last year for the Raptors against the rest of the Eastern Conference. And that's something that they have to improve upon. I mean, if you're going to be a factor in your own conference, you've got to start beating the teams that you play on a more regular basis.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. .153 left to play in the first. Dishes to Simmons. Gets it to go. Simmons got 6. And 15 and 33 for the Raptors against the East last year. Third worst in conference record in the East, Clark. And that is not a good mark.
No, it isn't. And they had to deal with some injuries, but they also have to be able to put up more wins than they did, or I think they'll continue to be fighting for a spot in the bottom of the standings in the East. Protect your home court. That's the first step in becoming a playoff team.
And so here's Toronto. 6-point game. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter of the game. Shot clock at 6. Number 13. The shot from the low post is good. 1:14 left in the first quarter. Here's Simmons with the lead pass. Number 11. Good.
That offense just keeps on clicking.
It sure does, Clark. They're getting high percentage looks and really taking advantage here.
Number 12. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Tell you what, it's a huge plus to have him making shots like that.
Celtics leading by 4. There's 42 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now the dish to Gray. Inside. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Simmons got his first bucket of the night. The Raptors shooting 47% here so far. He feeds it to Miller. Lets it fly from 18. No good.
Would have been lucky to knock that shot down.
Yeah, that kind of shot will definitely get you the high eyebrows from the coach and maybe get you a seat on the bench, too.
No good from Simmons. Fires from 14. The shot no good. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Celtics lead by 6. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
Raptors trail by 6. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Guys, the Celtics have been one of the top teams in the East, but there is a line of thinking saying they're too old to still contend for a title. Be careful writing them off, though. Last season, they became the first team in 28 years to make the conference finals after sitting with a record under 500 at the All-Star break. Kevin, this team knows how to bounce back.
Such a terrific turnaround. Thanks, Doris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Number 19. The shot misses. And the Celtics going the other way now. Here's Vaughn. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Gets it to go.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
And that one's good. Ray's got his second basket of the game.
Right now, they're just pillow-like inside. Way too soft. Too many looks at and around the hoop.
Yeah, totally agree, Clark. 10 of the last 12 points now that they surrendered have come inside that lane area.
So both teams changing it up here. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter.
It was kind of a weird start to the playoff last year for Boston. Rondo gets suspended early, but the Celtics were able to get past the Hawks as they matched up as the 4 and 5 seeds, and the Celtics actually did not have home court advantage in that series.
True, right.
And with the defense playing that well, the double clutch was the only way he was going to get that ball off.
Number 8, cans it from short range. He has 6. Raptors trail by 7. You know, Clark, you wonder how the Celtics would fare as an older team and shortened season, the compacted window of games, so many games crammed into 1 week. You just weren't sure how much gas they had in the tank come playoff time, Steve, but as it showed, they won a couple series and made their way through.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, taking Miami to 7 games. They had their chance, too. You know, up 3-2 in a home game, but LeBron and Miami were just too much.
Boston with the ball after the Raptors pick up 2. Shoots from the baseline, and another basket for Boston. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Fitzgerald, and another basket for Toronto. Celtics leading by 5. Wallace kicks to Gray. The Celtics working the ball around now. Right at the free throw line. Gets it to go. The Raptors have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Off target from the baseline. Gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. That's good. And it's a 9-point Celtic lead.
That's 4 of their last 5 buckets now coming in the paint area.
And they're in attack mode right now, barreling in there with bad man intentions.
And the Raptors call time here.
Well, he wants to get everybody on the same wavelength, that's for sure. And he may change up some things here as well.
Looks to me like he saw something that wasn't on the plan and picked now as the time to address it. I don't have a problem with that.
Plenty of space. Good, he hits the jump shot. Celtics leading by 7. Number 11, covered by Miller. Count that one.
I'm sure they'd like to get more shots like that one.
The Raptors have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. From 17 feet out, rebounded by the Celtics. Simmons got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. So both teams making some changes here. Raptors trail by 9. Number 20. The rebound by the Celtics. Fires it up. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. The Raptors shooting the ball beautifully in the second quarter. They're at 55% from the field. Leads him in there. Gets it to go. 6 points for him.
You know, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up. Most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
So it's Boston now. That's good.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Raptors trail by 9. Backs in. And that one's good.
And the field goal percentage now up over 50%, so the offense coming around.
Yeah, Steve, I think that's a good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gates, but looking to regain some ground right now.
To the middle. And it's blocked. Number 15. Money from the wing. He's got 9.
You know, he's always been like a bad window washer, a streaky shooter. I mean, he's definitely in one of those grooves right now.
Fires at the elbow. Rebound, Boston. Now the feed to Simmons. Here's Kennedy. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Raptors trail by 9. That's good.
You know, really doing a good job of getting into the teeth of that defense here.
Yeah, they're having their way in the paint right now, guys. That's 6 of their last 10 points coming inside the lane.
Both teams will make substitutions. Celtics leading by 7. .115 left to play in the first half. Here's Vaughn. Cans the 12-footer. And the Celtics lead by 9.
Well, they keep going right back to the paint, and who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I'd expect them to continue to go inside right at the defense.
Got a piece of it. Leaps for it. 6 to shoot. Number 18. Oh, that's blocked. But they'll get another chance. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Simmons.
35 seconds left in the first half of basketball. It's up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Celtics shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one misses. The Celtics making a switch here. Braves checked in. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Number 12, and that one's good. Celtics leading by 7. Kicks to Gray. Number 12 hits the jump hook. 5 points in the game.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off him, and he took advantage.
Number 14. The three-pointer is right on target. And so that's the end of the first half. It's the Celtics leading by 6.
42.
Well, folks, stick around here at halftime for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
I hope your weekend's off to a great start this Saturday night. Thanks so much for tuning in. Boston leading against the Raptors at Air Canada Center. One look at their field goal percentage says it all. They're scoring at will. And there's no quit in the Raptors. They came to win. It's been a scintillating open court attack. They hold a major advantage in fast break points. And that'll do it for us here in the studio. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the game.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Raptors trail by 6. Shoots it. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. 5 to shoot. Shot's good. 9 points in the game so far. And so it's Boston with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Number 15 drains the 19-footer. And the Celtics lead by 6. Got everything to go for him. 5 attempts, 5 makes. Down low, here's Hurley. The shot is off. Now Boston takes it the other way. And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Number 15. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Number 16. From the right block, the shot is good. And Boston has possession. 6-point lead. Number 8. Sweet little floater. He's got 8.
Hot start for this club coming out of halftime. That's 3 in a row now.
Hurley, Wallace covering. Cuts to the middle. And he zips to the basket and lays it in. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Celtics leading by 6. Wallace left side. Number 12. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And still perfect here in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field.
Toronto calls timeout.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the time out and give yourself a chance to regroup.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And that one's good. So it's the Celtics now. 6-point game. Feeds to Simmons. Open look. Gets it to go. Simmons got 9.
I'm waiting for the fire alarm to go off the way they've come out blazing in the second half. That's 5 straight makes.
They get a hand on it. Number 12. There's the bucket. Good. And it's a 10-point Celtic lead.
And they've really come out of halftime with the eye of the tiger. Plenty of fire in their eyes and tremendous focus and intensity.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. The high post shot. The offensive rebound. A second chance effort. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Raptors have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
Well, you look at last season's numbers, guys. It's down below 70% as a team from the line.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
The first free throw is good. Both teams will make substitutions. Both good from the line that time. Celtics leading by 8. Passes it to Gray. Goes straight up, and he converts the layup. Gray's got 11.
Now, the offensive efficiency has been really important. I think that's been the difference.
Well, you know, I think it's pretty simplistic, but it does oftentimes come down to this, making shots. And that's what they've done.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
The Celtics have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the field here in the third, coming out of the break very hot. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
And when I look at him, 2 words come to mind. Winning plays. I mean, this is a guy who just finds a way when his team needs it the most. He finds a way to get the job done.
Excellent point you make there, Steve. It's not about the stat sheet with him. He's all about doing the little things. He likes to say the plain things are the main things.
Fires from the corner. Rebound by the Raptors.
Ill-advised shot selection right there, Clark.
It really was. I mean, very low percentage shot there.
Well, everybody likes to think that they have the best home court advantage in the league, but you know, when the GMs were surveyed last year, they picked Oklahoma City first, followed by Utah and then Denver. But it's something that you could argue about for days. There's a lot of great home court advantages in the NBA.
And that one's good. He's got 10. Raptors trail by 11. So both teams making some changes here. Hurley, Wallace covering. Raptors moving the ball around. Hurley, the top of the key jumper is on the mark. And teams and fans, as you said, Steve, will argue about it for days, but for my money, I would say the toughest home court advantage has to be Boston, maybe, Oklahoma City. You can start rattling off. There are a lot of them all over the end. San Antonio, very difficult.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma City right now, because of how powerful their team is and how new to the NBA their fans are. It's almost like a college atmosphere in that place. And it gets so loud. So you combine that with a great team, all of a sudden, you know, that becomes, to me, the toughest place to go into and get a win in the entire NBA.
And Toronto has possession following the bucket by the Celtics. They need to get going. Wallace kicks to Simmons. And it's Boston with another.
What a great possession, guys. Got a really good look there.
Raptors trail by 13. And he drops it in from the low post. Here's Simmons. Number 8. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. And the Raptors call time here. The Raptors have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. No good. Celtics leading by 11. Stolen. Fast break, Toronto. Number 16. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
It's his first trip to the line. That free throw, no good. No good on the second free throw. The Celtics shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. Clock at 6. Number 11. Can't get it to go. And Toronto will come the other way. Clark, they're looking now at a sizable deficit.
Yeah, you know, they've got a lot of work ahead of them, but no reason to give up hope right now.
No, the game's still out there for them, but they've got to get back to their game plan and start to grind out each possession.
Number 14. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Celtics leading by 11. Number 15 fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. 15 points in the game.
He's been so solid. You've got to keep him out there on the floor, really doing a nice job for the offense.
43 seconds left in the third. Hurley, Wallace covering. Unloads. Shot is off. And the Celtics going the other way now. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. That is good. And the Celtics lead by 15. The Raptors have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half, up to this point going 7 of 14. Number 14 with the drop step, and that's 2 points on the layup. He's got 15. Here's Wallace. Can't get it to go. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome.
The
Celtics lead by 13. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Who's had the Sprite uncontainable game in this one? Well, let's go to Doris Burke.
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Celtics put together, they get the Uncontainable Game Award. They keep adding points to their lead and have shown no hints of slowing down. This is the kind of game that really opens some eyes around the league.
Doris, thank you. That was quite a run they had, quite exemplary of what we think of when we think about that turning point. Definitely a Sprite uncontainable game moment.
Yeah, you won't get any argument from me, Kevin. It was as big a factor in this game as anything. You know, when a team builds up that much momentum, it just becomes so hard to turn the tide back around.
Yeah, Steve, they just kept the throttle down. They sense an area of weakness and then just continue to exploit it, never letting up.
Ball's knocked loose. Miller outside. Lots of room. Cannot hit. And it's Boston the other way. Celtics passing it around. And there's the pass to Gray. 3-pointers off the mark. Raptors trail by 15. Gets it to go. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. He passes to Simmons. He kicks to Gray. Number 15 buries the long-range jumper. And the Celtics lead by 16.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
And the Raptors shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
Celtics leading by 14. He dishes it to Gray. Dishes it to Simmons. Here's Vaughn. Again, the Celtics good for 2. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. And the Celtics making a change here. Here's Hurley. Rebound Boston. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Number 12. Can't hit from the elbow. Raptors trail by 16. Number 14. And there's the rejection. Wallace right side. The dish now to Simmons. Back to Wallace. He feeds it to Simmons. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
That's number 4 on him, and he's got to start being aware of how close he is to 6. I mean, he's got one more foul before being DQ'd, that is.
Now off the inbound. Can't hit. Celtics leading by 16. Backing down. Number 15. Up and in from the low block. 20 points for him.
My goodness, he's knocking down everything he looks at.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
You know, the defense has to prevent the ball from getting down into that area if they're going to be successful, guys.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. To the inside. That one goes. Count it. Raptors trail by 18. "18 feet out." Rebounded by the Celtics.
And that's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category.
you know, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And in this one, they've done it, and it's paid off on the scoreboard in a big way.
6 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. There's the 3. No good. The Raptors have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Here's Fitzgerald. Uncovered, and he drops that one in. Celtics leading by 16. The feed to Simmons. And the shot is good.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
And the free throw, no good.
Their free throw attempts are down this half, probably because they're settling for that outside shot too much.
Yeah, I think they're getting a little complacent with their shot selection, Clark. A little lazy on offense. You got to be aggressive and attack the rim.
So it's the Celtics now. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Wallace. That's good.
Attacking the paint again and again.
You know, they're getting whatever they want. I mean, 8 straight points coming inside.
Toronto calls timeout.
Well, you know, you look at the success of teams like Oklahoma City who built through the draft. I mean, teams starting to emulate that method for building up talent, but it takes patience. I think some are starting to question the incentive when teams are, in a sense, getting bad to get good. I think it's worth examining if that's the best model for the league to incentivize.
Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Hurley. Number 14. He makes the Johnny from the left block. 19 points in the game. Now a timeout called by Boston. Going back to what Clark just talked about, Steve, some call it tanking for draft picks. I don't like that word, but some people will use it. Teams like, say, Houston, that are trying to go from solid to great, it's not easy without the superstars that top draft picks can provide.
And the irony, of course, is that even if you have the best chance of winning the lottery, it's still only a 25% chance. So tanking isn't always going to pay off. The lottery often just comes down to a random drop of the ping pong ball, and, you know, all of a sudden some team that's had a decent season is getting the number 1 pick. But it's a difficult issue to tackle for sure.
Raptors trail by 20. 1:53 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Hurley. Again, Toronto. We've got 1:48 left to play in the final quarter. Cuts off the pass. Fast break, Toronto. Up the floor. That drops. 1:37 left here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Wallace. Kicks it to Simmons.
You know, one of the things about playing in the Western Conference, Kevin, is that travel can be very difficult. In the East, most of the cities are a lot closer together. But in the West, you can rack up some serious frequent flyer miles in a hurry because you're flying really all over the place.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
To the middle. And that one's good. And the Celtics lead by 20.
Nice offensive play there, and this one's pretty much in the books, guys.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? It was a very good showing from them to come away with the win. I was very impressed.
Good on the shot. Steve, as you said, all that travel can take a toll on a team. Still, usually the West has done better in the past against the East.
Well, Kevin, obviously talent has a lot to do with it. I mean, if you've got great talent, you're going to be able to win more games on the road, regardless of how far you have to travel. But I do think there is a toll on teams like Portland or Miami that are, really tucked away in far corners of the country and have longer trips throughout the season.
And the Raptors with the ball after the basket by Boston. From the baseline. And through down the basket. Book it.
Nice little run here, but it may be too little too late.
Yeah, I agree. Just not enough time, Steve. The clock is their enemy, not their friend.
Celtics shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Number 8. And again, it's Boston converting.
And they're closing this game out in style. I mean, I like what they're doing here, competing till the very end.
That's certainly what it looks like. I mean, there's no let-up in them so far.
No problem knocking that one down. Number 15. Misses. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. How much to be critical of with this win, Clark?
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, Endorsed Burt, Kevin Harlan saying so long. And as we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Player of the Game.